in western Iraq. All soldiers were undercover. There were no wounded or killed.
So you're not excluding the possibility that this doesn't really escalate things much?
Well, you know, the assessment was that the Iranians would have to make some kind of retaliatory move. And this seems to have been it. In fact, their press release says there were as many missiles as there were bombs dropped by the U.S.
Hey Siri, where's the nearest PNC bank? That sucks. All right, so now the next thing
it's on. You say East Boulevard. This is a real milkshake.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess we're gonna go past
What?
Barbecue King.
Yeah. Don't we go left somewhere here to go to back home? Like when we came from Teresa,
Like, we would go on Donald Ross sometimes. What is this, Ashley?
Yep.
Oh, we passed the Barbecue King.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Next time we come to this side of town, I'm going to go to the Barbecue King.
Working with grantee partners for more than a century to nurture children, promote health, educate minds, and uplift spirits throughout the Carolinas. More at dukeendowment.org. It is the BBC NewsHour on WFAE. This is one of my, I'll just say, one of my favorite shows, obviously outside of Charlotte Talks.
The BBC NewsHours?
Yes, on WFAE. And it's because it offers something to our region that maybe other programs don't.
And you're not going to shut the fuck up so I can listen to the news, are you?
You gotta pay the bills.
Yep.
Here comes Popeyes.
That's right.
There's a strip club somewhere over here.
Hustler.
That's a gay club. I don't know if I think that's a gay club. I don't know.
Unique Boutique.
I told Peaches, I said, whatever club, if you end up going to another club, let me know so I can come see you. She said, I sure will. Man.
That's your milkshake, Sandy.
It's wonderful. It beat Cookout you're right.
Donald Ross.
Yep. You're right.
Old Steele Creek.
Oh, old Steele Creek Road. I've never been on that road, and I don't even know.
We'll go that way, see what happens.
Huh? Milkshakes and butt cakes. That sounds like a good name for some sort of album.
Turn left after 1 mile onto North Carolina 160.
Regular Steele Creek Road.
It's a golf course somewhere. Golf course.
Oh. I was telling you that one time about zip codes in Charlotte when Javier was looking for a house, and you were like, where is that zip code? I said, where I work, and you were like, oh shit. I said, Daddy, but zip codes in Charlotte, you can't really do that because you got like this zip code here, 28208. Yeah, it's the hood, but they've got a place like this with golf courses and like stuff like
You
that.
didn't see it, and you're lucky. But as we were leaving, there was some bum coming in trying to hit people up for money. See, if he would have done for me and said, I'd buy you food. I ain't giving you no money.
Yep.
Turn left after 800 feet onto North Carolina 160.
I'll tell you what, if it was July 31st and I knew that I wasn't going to be using it, and I knew I
Turn
wasn't,
next left.
and I knew that my STS pass wouldn't be any good, I'd give it to one of them so you can get on the bus and get out of the heat.
Good job.
Yeah.
Turn right after 3/4 of a mile onto Clanton Road.
Now, I'm going to go on. And try to find that.
What? Try to find what?
Got PNC, man.
It's on East Boulevard. That's the other way.
This is West Boulevard, and we're going over that way.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we take a drive
Turn
over there?
right
What do we
after
got to
1/4
do?
of a mile onto Clanton Road.
You'll run right into it. I've been to that one. We've been to that one before.
Yeah?
Yep.
Be on the right or left?
It's on the right. 1000 East Boulevard. I actually remember the address.
Well, good. Thank you.
You're right. It's really hot. The only road noise I would have sat in that heat for was Biscayne Boulevard in Miami.
Turn next right.
Nope. We're going to 1000.
East Boulevard.
Hey Siri, navigate to 1000 East Boulevard.
Why? It's right there. It's like straight shot.
1000 East Boulevard. Charlotte.
It's a straight shot. Why would you do that?
Tells me what streets I have to cross. And
South Boulevard. You go past the Greek Orthodox cathedral.
Oh, okay.
It's like 4 blocks on your right after that. Tryon. And you know what's at West and Tryon?
Oh. Original? Right?
Original what?
Bojangles.
Yep.
I gotta look and think the way you do.
Man, milkshake is so good.
Remount.
Huh?
This here is remount.
Yep. What do they have over here?
Homes.
It's very possible Cody might live over here on one of these. My buddy. You know, he says, "Oh, I live right next to the stadium. Like, I hear the fireworks." What is this, Mint Street?
Huh? No, this is Revolution Park Drive.
Oh.
We're going under 77 and it is packed.
Yep, the world's largest parking lot. Damn.
They're selecting pieces of kelp, which is a form of seaweed. They're selecting the stem, the stipe of the kelp, which is the long tubular bit that anchors the kelp to the seafloor. So it's a bit like a piece of garden hose. They bite a piece off, they swim along with it with a stick in their mouth, like a Labrador or something running with a stick. Swim over to another whale and place it on the back of the other whale, and then rub against each other using the kelp as a massage tool. So they're rubbing the kelp in between them, across their backs and across their bodies.
Right. Why might they do that?
A really good question. There's 2 possible reasons why we think they may be doing it. One is we observed that whales had more peely skin, so we're more likely to do it. So it's possible it's helping to improve skin health, possibly helping to slough dead skin, and we also know that kelp has antibacterial properties, so it might help in terms of wounds or infection in the skin. And the other thing, that physical touch is really important for reinforcing social bonds. If we see somebody we haven't seen for a while, we may give them a hug. Physical contact is really important for bonding, and so it's likely that they're also using this as a tool to help to reinforce and to build relationships with individuals.
Is it clear to you in terms of the relationship between the different whales, who is massaging who?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So from our observations last summer, we see that this is massaged within the family, so it's between mother and offspring or between siblings, but it's also happening outside of the family group, and it's really widespread within the population.
Right. Well, it's all very peculiar, and I guess it's really whales using seaweed as a tool, is it?
It's absolutely whales using seaweed as a tool. I think that's one of the really exciting things about this finding. But tool use in the animal kingdom tends to be in response to an ecological challenge, like chimpanzees using sticks to fish for termites, or crows using palm fronds to fish for grubs. What these killer whales are doing, they're using a tool in a social context, and that's really unusual and really rare.
Yeah. And just one other thing about this. How come this hasn't been observed before? I mean, man has been looking at whales for centuries, but this is new, right?
This is newly observed, but the whales have probably been doing it for a long time. And the reason we can see it now is the recent technology and the advancement in drones, these uncrewed aerial vehicles that we can fly above the whales. We can see down into their world. We can see what's happening underwater. And just in the last 12 months, we've been able to fly a drone with a really high resolution camera. And so we think the whales have been doing this probably for decades, but it was like looking down a microscope for the first time and seeing what's going on inside a cell. For the first time, we've got that resolution to see what's happening underwater and the underwater life of these whales.
Gosh, so there may be some more drone-based revelations about whales coming up.
Absolutely. We're learning more and more about these whales all the time, especially now we can get that underwater view into their world and seeing how they're interacting.
And that was Dr. Darren Croft there from the Centre for Whale Research. You're listening to the World Service of the BBC. This is Owen Bennett-Jones with NewsHour.
Distribution of BBC NewsHour in the U.S. is supported by MarketWatch. From housing prices to inflation and market volatility, the market is uncertain. MarketWatch has news and tools for those looking to reach their financial potential on the road ahead. MarketWatch, don't short yourself. And BetterHelp, committed to making mental well-being a priority and offering support in taking on everything life demands. With therapists available to communicate via video, chat, or phone at betterhelp.com/public.
And it's 3:29. I'm Gabe Alturi. I'm joined by Zach Turner. Support comes from Sandstone Health and Rehabilitation, committed to providing comprehensive and individualized services designed to help support the long-term care needs for families across North Carolina, dedicated to compassionate care for all. SandstoneHealth.com. And we've been discussing the potential cuts to federal funding that are impacting WFAE. These are real cuts that are certainly scary during these times. They're cuts that we're dealing with and that we're hoping that listeners like you can continue to help up.
That's a light rail or the big train?
For Charlotte Talks this week. Zach is doing reporting on this week on what's going on in the city of Charlotte and beyond with this first real heat wave that the city is facing and the region is facing this year. And we intend to use Charlotte Talks as, well, what Charlotte Talks is here for, a place to have these long-form conversations for topics like this one.
Absolutely. I'm literally, I just got an email from a source, and they sent me some data on it was county by county data from the Department of Health and Human Services looking at deaths by heat-related illness. So this is these are the questions we know that heat is the number one weather-related killer in the United States, but trying to understand how is that changing as our global average temperature continues to rise? How big of an issue is this for places like Charlotte, where we have not only rising temperatures, more severe storms because of climate change, but also we have this large built environment with concrete and glass and metal that are absorbing heat all day, creating this urban heat island effect. So we have this opportunity as local journalists, and we have this responsibility as well that we haven't pushed aside while we're in the middle of this fundraising crisis, I guess, and continuing to connect the local importance of these national stories,
and continue to do what our jobs are. And part of what Zach and my job is to have conversations with each other and to be I try to make sure that I know what somebody like Zach is working on, and so that we can make sure that we are on top on Charlotte Talks, on the news, of the week. Zach's the expert. I'm not, but we try to make sure that we have it on the air.
Try to be.
Listeners like you can help ensure that continues by making additional donations. Do that
I hear you over
right now. I don't mean in a couple of minutes. I don't mean later on this
can't hear you
afternoon.
over that
Right
radio
now,
stuff.
WFAE.org or call 704-549-9000.
This is News Hour. Now, gang culture is one of those social phenomena that occurs all over the world, and that includes South Africa, where more
Coming up
children than
pretty
ever
soon.
are being recruited into gangs, some as young as 12. At least 80% of the country's gang-related murders happen in Cape Town, and the BBC's Saul Miet
900, I
most
see
spoke
it.
to families affected by the violence
I
and
see
those
it.
trying to stop it.
This is Hanover Park, a township of Cape Town in South Africa's Western Cape. Children play on streets lined with concrete houses, topped by corrugated iron roofs. Around 50,000 people live in this neighborhood built during apartheid. Gang violence is rife. Shootings and stabbings happen almost daily. 31-year-old Nando Johnson is a member of the Mongrels, one of the hundreds of gangs operating in the region.
In this game, there are only two options. You either go to jail or you die.
Nice.
Nando
Nice, Joe.
About
Let's
what?
move there since you like the hood so much.
I mean, this is a big parking lot.
No, I went around it because I missed it.
Oh,
I missed the entrance.
what do we got to do here?
Well, I got to deposit a check and change your money.
Okay. I already drank my milkshake.
Huh?
So I already drank my milkshake. Should have gotten a large.
Okay. You coming in with me?
Yeah,
I don't want you to stay out here because it's too hot.
it's hot as